Red seedless grapes only $3.99 per pound. Fresh Purdue chicken drumsticks half price $1.79 per pound. Select varieties of Yoplait yogurt 6-ounce tubs only $1.09. Scott Extra Soft Toilet Tissue 4 rolls only $3.29. Tide 2X Laundry Detergent 92-ounce bottle hot price $19.99. Save $7.06. All stores open Monday through Saturday 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
You're watching Bermuda Broadcasting News. It's Tuesday, May the 8th. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. A police constable has been arrested on suspicion of offenses under the Bribery Act. Officers of the Organized and Economic Crime Department detained the 33-year-old Smith resident today. A statement from Acting Commissioner Martin Weeks stated that an investigation into possible offenses committed by the constable is underway. A well-placed source has told ZBM's Gary Moreno that a disgruntled member of the public contacted police and alleged the officer had been collecting money for pulling traffic tickets. The constable is alleged to have operated out of a Front Street business. Acting Commissioner Weeks said the police service, quote, wished to make it clear that it takes any allegation of bribery and corruption among its officers and staff extremely seriously, end quote. A 28-year-old man has been charged after making death threats against David Burt. Jared Gordon is alleged to have sent a series of messages to the premier, among them one threatening to chop his head off with a hacksaw. The magistrate's court heard prosecutors say Mr. Gordon sent a series of threats and demands for money for 6 months until March of this year. Magistrate Kamisi Tukumbo released the defendant on $5,000 bail with a like surety, but only on condition that he avoid contact with Mr. Burt and report to police regularly. The case will come before the Supreme Court on the 1st of June. And the Progressive Labor Party has chosen to stick with Curtis Richardson, its candidate in the 2016 general election, to contest the by-election for Constituency 22 Paget East on June the 7th. Mr. Curtis says the experience he gained from last year's election has prepared him well for the latest poll.
397 voters were tired of an OBA government that disrespected and ignored their wishes. And looking at the final statistics in Paget East, over 300 voters did not vote. I would like to ask for those who did not vote to stand up and participate in this by-election. Your vote matters, and I would like to connect with you. Let's give C22 the representation it needs and deserves. Ask yourselves if the OBA candidate deserves to inherit a seat, or should he or she have to work hard for it. Have the voters of Paget East had a candidate that actually canvassed them? I plan to work hard to win your trust. My team and I are committed, and over the next few weeks, we'll continue to walk the streets of Paget East, meeting you and your families. I'm grateful for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, there's still no official word on who the OBA candidates will be for either the Paget East or the Warwick Northeast by-elections. However, party leader Jean Atherton is hopeful of attracting new blood.
We now have 2 vacancies that will require by-elections. This is a challenge, especially at this time, but more so, it is a tremendous opportunity. We can mount a campaign that shows that we're not defined by race and that we put Bermuda first. We are one Bermuda. We have a unique opportunity to show that we represent all of Bermuda. We can remind people of the OBA successes. We provided better financial management. We boosted tourism, lowered crime, established plans for education and entrepreneurship, and we improved confidence in Bermuda again. We have an opportunity to bring into the elected team new ideas and skills which will further strengthen us, which will expand our ability to serve you, our constituents, and solidify our team around our mission and values.
An OBA insider has told ZBM's Gary Moreno the party's choice for Paget East is Scott Pierman, a director with law firm Conyers, Dillon Pierman. However, when contacted, Mr. Pierman would neither confirm nor deny being selected, only saying the party will make an announcement in due course. We'll have more for you after this short break, including some surprising news about cancer rates among those with darker skin and all the latest weather news from AccuWeather. Stay with us.
Check out the great products at our $4 Depot stores. Party bags, candles, soaps, and a variety of health and beauty items, even candy. A number of kitchen items, aluminum baking pans, an assortment of socks in various sizes, even baby products. Your choice of items for only $2.50 each. Stop by any of our 4 stores today. The Dollar Depot, stretching your dollars further.
The National Day of Peace is a time for our community to come together, to mourn together, to sing together, to laugh together, to celebrate everything that makes us uniquely Bermudian.
Hi, my name is Nico Fox, and I lost my son Rico Probert to gun violence.
There are many of us who need this as an opportunity to mourn, to grieve. There are other of us that need to see that we are in this together.
You are a mother, a granny, a daughter, a sister, anyone that has been affected by the violence in Bermuda, then join us to help bring peace.
We see this as an opportunity for us to bear testament to the world that together we can make a difference.
This is a free event brought to you by the Ministry of National Security. Doors open at 4:30 p.m. Wednesday, May 9th at the National Sports Center.
This is Rick Blomquist of De Pere, Wisconsin. His life is pretty comfortable. He lives in a comfy home, wears comfortable shoes. He even has a comfortable job. Rick Blomquist thought he had comfort all figured out. But then he laid on a Serta and realized his life was only just sorta comfortable. The new Serta iComfort Hybrid Mattress. Not just sorta comfortable, Serta comfortable.
Feel the difference a good night's sleep can make. Exclusively available at Dreams, Bermuda's only mattress gallery.
A National Day of Peace. As we've just heard, that's what National Security Minister Wayne Keynes is urging the public to observe tomorrow. He's called for people to gather at the National Sports Center tomorrow afternoon from 4:30 onwards, with the event serving as an opportunity to reflect on all those lost over the last decade in tragic circumstances.
Over the last 7 to 8 years, Bermuda has been through some traumatic things, whether it's death on our roads, whether it's death at the hand of gun violence. We need an opportunity as a community to heal and an opportunity to come together. The National Day of Peace is an opportunity for us to bring together people from all walks of life to celebrate, to mourn, to have the opportunity to share together. You see behind me members of our interfaith group. The men that you see behind me for the last 8 months have been preparing to help, to heal, and to bring some form of unity to our community. No, we are not just doing this as a one-off. The Ministry of National Security is working in different facets and in different ways to heal and to help deal with non-addressed multi-generational trauma. We believe that this is an opportunity for this community to come together with a National Day of Peace. We're going to invite everyone to come and share in this momentous event, celebrating life, celebrating healing, and celebrating peace through coming together as a community.
In other news, Bermuda is blessed with sunshine for large parts of the year, but that bright light can come at a cost. The Bermuda Cancer and Health Center says more and more people are affected by melanomas, a type of cancer associated with skin damaged by the sun rays. The center is offering free screenings later this month. Hal Davis went along to see what people could expect.
It's a daunting prospect for someone with fair skin who's lived in sunny countries for large portions of his life. This machine is about to check my face to see how my skin has coped with years of exposure to the sun. It works by using ultraviolet light to scan my skin and find affected areas.
The areas where you see purple patches, that's where your skin's dehydrated. So a little bit around your eyes, around your cheeks.
And there's some slight damage there. And there seems to be the worst patch. Still a fairly reassuring diagnosis for me, but it's important that people of all races come and get checked out on machines like these and do it regularly. And the warning to all races is important. It's often thought that only pale-skinned people are at risk of skin cancer. But anyone can get it, regardless of skin color, as the Cancer Center warns.
Skin cancer is colorblind, and when we give our presentations, we give them from preschool all the way up to corporate lunch and learns, and we do let people know that skin cancer is colorblind. We've seen many cases here in Bermuda with black people or people of color being diagnosed with skin cancer. Even Bob Marley died from skin cancer, and that's part of my presentation that I give to people, encouraging them to get regular skin checks because he thought as a darker person he didn't need to.
A 2016 study in the Journal of the American Academy of Dermatology found melanomas were more deadly to African Americans, despite being more common in Caucasians. That's because patients with darker skin were diagnosed at later stages of the disease, so their death rates were higher. One American survey found 63% of African American participants had never used sunscreen. Azure Williams of the Bermuda Cancer and Health Center says it's a vital weapon in fighting sun damage.
It's about sunscreen, making sure they're using SPF 30, nothing higher because it's loaded with chemicals. A lot of people think the higher the better, but it's more chemicals that you're absorbing into your skin. Look for sunscreen that has zinc oxide. That's the best ingredient that will reflect the ultraviolet light off of your skin. Speak to your doctor, consult. Some people are sensitive to sunscreen and they may have a rash or break out and they choose not to wear it. But it's a sunscreen out there for everyone. You just need to find the right one.
The centre will be holding its 2 screenings later this month. They'll take place on the 9th of May between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. and on the 17th of May between 12 noon and 5 p.m. at 46 Point Finger Road. Howell Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
And turning to weather news, warm, sunny conditions and humid are set to continue. Here's the latest from AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and hopefully you had a great Tuesday. Looking at the radar, it looks a little bad, but it actually isn't, and that's because we have a frontal boundary that's to our west, and it's nearly stationary, so it's going to take a couple of days for it to finally pass through the island, and by the time it actually does that, it is going to be weakening, so this front isn't really going to bring a push of noticeably cooler air, but up ahead of the front, we stay a bit on the muggy side. Here's a look at our radar closer to home right now. You can see the precipitation again off to our west with this nearly stationary frontal boundary. So we're on the drier side of things. That's where we see the yellow here on the water vapor. And then as you go west of Bermuda, you can see the white, you can see the green. That's where we have those showers, and they're going to be slipping in by the time we get into Thursday, very isolated, and also as we get into Friday with that front. So we have Futurecast set up here. Unfortunately, we can't get the precipitation on here, but what we can get is the wind flow, and winds will be coming in out of the south ahead of the front. So our daytime highs, our nighttime lows, going to be pretty comfortable, at times a little bit muggy as well. We have one storm system that's pulling away off the east coast here, and then here comes our front as we get into Thursday and also Friday. Again, this isn't going to deliver much of a cool down, but the front will be passing through and it will be bringing a couple of showers, very isolated Thursday and also into Friday. Temperatures right now on the island sitting in the low 70s, humidity at 87%. A little bit breezy, but winds are out of the southeast, 10 to 14 knots. Overnight tonight, we'll call it partly cloudy. Again, temperatures ahead of this boundary staying mild, partly cloudy, 71 degrees. Here in Hamilton for tonight. No marine alerts that we have to tell you about, so if you have plans on heading out in the water the next day or two, you're in good shape there. High tide 1 for Wednesday is at 4:14 a.m. Here's a look at your forecast for tomorrow. Times of clouds and sunshine, 76 degrees. We'll repeat the nighttime forecast there, a low of 71 with a couple of patchy clouds out there. If you're doing any traveling, here's a look at what's going on in Toronto, low 70s. New York City, pretty nice, near 70 degrees. Also Boston, nice. Atlanta, 84 degrees for Wednesday. Meantime, here in Jamaica, we do have some showers and also some thunderstorms. 84 right now, 88 degrees there in Trinidad. Your extended forecast is really going to set this up with that boundary that'll be moving into the area. Wednesday, we're in good shape. Thursday and Friday, again, looks a lot worse than what it's going to be. We will see a couple of spotty showers behind the front. Not a big cool down, though. Temperatures will be staying in the mid-70s. And if you're taking Mom out for Mother's Day on Sunday, get outside and enjoy it. It is going to be a beautiful day by the end of the weekend.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
The whole concept came from the collaboration with BF&M and the America's Cup. The Endeavour program is the legacy of the 35th America's Cup that was here in Bermuda in June. And we've continued the charity now operating in Bermuda. And going forward, we thought, what a great opportunity for children on the autism spectrum. And hence we actually developed the No Limits program. They really do benefit from this kind of outdoor experience, this environment. You know, just yesterday going off the east end of Bermuda, I mean, they wouldn't have done that. Not many children in Bermuda have done that. And just them learning to take control of a large bit of transportation that they're doing at that age, and they may never get that opportunity.
That's where you see the biggest progress is whether they were looking at their hand steering, you know, now they're looking forwards and actually looking where they're going because they've realized, oh, I know where my hand is. I can do this without looking at my hand.
We are so grateful for the Endeavour program and what it has done for the students on the autism spectrum.
For all the ways your mom says I love you, make her Mother's Day truly special with a gorgeous bouquet from Exclusive Flowers. Visit us online or call to order that amazing arrangement she exclusively deserves.
Welcome to Furniture Walk. At Furniture Walk, we have one of the island's widest selections of top brand home furnishings, including Stearns & Foster, Craftmaster, Natuzzi, Universal, Bassett, and many more. Whether you're freshening up your living room or remodeling your entire home, we have all the brands and top quality furnishings you'll need. We also offer in-house financing. Can't find what you're looking for in store? No problem. We can special order it for you. Our website has an even larger selection of the world's best furniture. Stop by our Paget store and we'll be happy to help you get on your way to finding the perfect selection for your home or office. Furniture Walk, furnishing Bermuda's homes for over 30 years.
Welcome back. Some really good news. A 12-year-old boy who went missing overnight has been found safe and well. Dean Lautimore Jr. was located in Pembroke at 10 this morning. He'd been missing since 4 p.m. Monday when he was seen at St. John's Road in the same parish. A police spokesperson thanked the public for their efforts in helping to locate the missing boy. And in other news, the oceans are vital for supporting life and the chemicals that they are putting into our environment. And to identify the opportunities for innovative solutions, one of them is playing out in Cancun, Mexico, where a coral reef now has an insurance policy. Tony Waterman takes a look at whether that model could work right here in Bermuda.
This is a nice reef in Tahiti.
As well as being stunningly beautiful, coral reefs serve a multitude of purposes.
One is protection of shorelines. Another is food. People catch fish on reefs. Of course, tourism is a huge service that they provide. Economic value of reefs to Bermuda are around $500 million a year.
They're also home to 25% of all marine life. Yet less than 1/4% of oceans include coral reefs. Their scarcity and importance has led to a new concept in Cancun, Mexico, a reef insurance policy.
This is where all the hotels are. All along here, right? This wonderful, nice beach. Right about here, you see this thin line?
Yeah.
There's the reef.
It's not even in the exact location.
The reef picks up down here, south of Cancun.
According to the Nature Conservancy, healthy reefs can reduce wave energy by up to 97%, a major asset in a hurricane-prone region. In total, 60 kilometers have been insured with Swiss Re, funded by the government and tourist industry. Specific events like storm force winds trigger payments, which are dispersed quickly and used to repair the damaged reef.
This reef that's off the southern part of Cancun, how does this compare to us here in Bermuda?
This is more of a reef than we have in Bermuda. And I need to sort of explain that, because this reef is growing and maintaining itself at sea level. Bermuda's reefs don't, because it's too cold and dark in the winter.
Dr. Eric Hochberg says that means Bermuda's coral reefs don't grow up to the surface in the same way reefs do in Mexico, and they don't offer the same protection. But it could also mean they don't get as damaged in storms.
If a hurricane passes through and does damage to the reef, is there a way to repair the reef from that point?
Well, so I mean, can humans repair the reef? It's vast. Even Bermuda's reef, which isn't that big, is vast. If there's damage for that kilometer of reef, then what about all of this and all of this and all of it?
If conditions are right, Dr. Hochberg says the reef can naturally repair itself over time.
Do you think Bermuda's better placed for an insurance policy than perhaps Mexico?
Well, Bermuda has the resource. I mean, you can see it, and we can see it in the other areas of the platform, whereas Cancun Island proper doesn't have a reef. We have it here. It's very valuable to people for the vista and for the diving that people may do and the fish that they catch here. So insuring it conceptually makes sense. The problem is how you go about judging the value, and judging how the value has changed.
Dr. Hochberg says there's no hard and fast rule on what constitutes a healthy reef, which could muddy the waters when it comes to payout.
The devil's in the details, and I think implementing it is not feasible at this point.
A metaphorical drop in the ocean, which could send ripples around the world. Tony Waterman for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
And Tony will be live from the Ocean Risk Summit tomorrow night, so make sure to join us for that. And all through the day, make sure to follow her on Twitter for the latest updates from the summit. She's at Tony Waterman, Tony with an I _ And the principal of Delwood Middle School, Tina Duke, has returned to work after an investigation by the Department of Child and Family Services into unspecified allegations against her. The Bermuda Public Services Union announced that Ms. Duke had been cleared of any wrongdoing and said it was gratified that the principal can now return to the business of leading the school. She was placed on administrative leave on the 2nd of March. And we've got all the day's sports news coming up in just a few minutes, including some thrilling race action in Hamilton Harbor. Stay with us for that.
You can count on us. Fresh Driscoll strawberries, 1 pound package, $6.99. Fresh certified Angus beef top round steak, $6.99 per pound. Tostitos tortilla chips, 10-ounce bags, hot price at $4.99. Kellogg's Special K cereal, 12-ounce box, only $6.99. Select a size roll, Bounty paper towels, hot price, $2.49. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience. You can count on us.
Bermuda. You want it. You need it. You asked for it. Backed by popular demand. One Communications presents Razor Returns.
It was an awesome present! Oh, big fan. It was an awesome show. Amazing.
What an incredible show. I never expected it. It's amazing. It's amazing.
May 11th, 12th, and 13th, featuring a special Mother's Day show. A special Mother's Day show that will mesmerize your mind.
It's mind-blowing. I can't figure out how any of that happened. I don't want to know. I don't know. My mind's blown.
Razor Returns, May 11th, 12th, and 13th. Tickets sold at Audiovisual Hamilton and Somerset, Fairmont Southampton, and online at vtix.bm. Sponsored in part by Exclusive Events, the Sarah's Family of Service Stations, Photogenic Photography, Fairmont Southampton Hotel, and Exclusive Flowers. Tickets are disappearing fast, so get yours today.
Are you looking to expand your customer base, increase sales, and be a part of the Island Community Events for 2018? Bermuda Broadcasting Company can make that happen.
Be a part of World Cup 2018, Bermuda Day Half Marathon, Bermuda Heroes Weekend, Cup Match Classic, and Eastern Counties Cricket.
Inquire about our new advertising opportunities, whether big or small. We will deliver. Come and see us at Fort Hill, Devonshire, or email us at sales@bbc.bm or send us a message on Facebook at Bermuda Broadcasting.
Welcome back. Sports now in the Argo Group Gold Cup is underway in the Hamilton Harbor. Earl Baisden has the details and much more in tonight's sports report.
Some of the world's top sailors took to the Hamilton Harbor earlier today for day one of the 68th Argo Group Gold Cup that will run until Saturday. In the first round, in shifty conditions, Sam Gilmore defeated Moretz Stanchette. Lucy McGregor defeated Ettore Bacchini. Trevor Mertzky defeated Nicholas Dackhammer. And Johnny Bertson defeated Chris Poole. In Flight 2, McGregor defeated Mertzky. Ken Field defeated Bertson. Joachim Achenbrenner defeated Dackenhammer. And Charlie Lalumeri defeated Bottacini. The Bermuda Area Permit Meet is set for this coming Friday, May 11th at the National Sports Center beginning at 6:30, and Bermuda Olympian sprinter Trey Houston is ready for the challenge.
It makes me feel good that, I'm lining against legitimate people. It's just not any type of athlete that they just find, that just runs, 10-6 or 10-5. These are athletes, these are elite athletes. So, if you actually do your research, you actually see that the very, very high caliber athletes. So for me to just compete against them is just an honor. But at the same time, anything can happen on any day. I'm proved that many a times, when it matters. So like I said, I'm going to be ready for Friday night, and I hope all the whole grandstand filled up for, not just for me, but for Jessica and Tyrone, all the local athletes. So I ask you guys to come out and just support us.
Paralympian and Parapan gold medalist Jessica Lewis is looking to emulate the performance in the 100-meter event that she holds the Parapan record for.
It's always the goal to come across the line first. And definitely to do it in front of the home crowd would be absolutely phenomenal. So I really hope that Bermuda comes out and supports, and really looking forward to it.
The Bermuda Football Association has teamed up with PartnerRe to create the Kenneth Smokey Thompson Sponsorship Award. This award is presented to a National Academy player chosen by the coaches. The second recipient of the Kenneth Smokey Thompson Sponsorship Award is Zakiah Lee, something the youngster is grateful for being selected.
It's an honor to have this award. I thank my mama and my daddy, as well as my grandparents, for giving me this opportunity. I thank my coach for picking me for this, because I never would have thought I would have got this opportunity to go away. And yeah, thank you.
The Department of Youth, Sport, and Recreation invited Calix Crabb, a former Major League Baseball second baseman, on the island to facilitate their Coaching for Success program. The program was a 3-day program attended by some 30 coaches on the island. Crabb had this message to the attendees on going from a player to a coach and a mentor.
As a former professional athlete, I had to come to the realization that one day I would no longer be playing that sport. As difficult as it was for me to understand that, I tried my best to remember that baseball would give me an opportunity to be successful in life. And also, in terms of having a positive experience while I was playing, I was very fortunate. I was around some extremely good players. Greg Maddox is one that comes to mind, Trevor Hoffman, Tony Clark, who's not the director of the Players Association. And I realized right then that it's really about connection. It's really about trying to understand the individual and get to know people, so that maybe one day you can share those same experiences with others and that can help them move on. So my experience as a professional was good. I did have one or two bad ones, but for the most part, I really can't complain.
Bermuda International Football Festival got underway at the National Sports Center last evening, with the Bermuda Under-19 team playing to a 1-1 draw with West Ham United's Under-19 team. In the second match of the evening, the Bermuda League Select went down 3-1 to the Azores Under-19 team. Bermuda will take on USA South in their Rugby America North Championship opener this coming Saturday at the National Sports Center. Today, ZBM Sports can reveal the Bermuda team selected. The Bermuda team consists of Pernell Brangman, Connor McGlynn, Dustin Archibald, Peter Dunkley, Sean De Silva, Darren Richardson, Thomas Greenslade, Aldo Campbell, Thomas Healy, Brian Archibald, Alex Brown, Alex Dowling, Connor McGowan, Nigel Burgess, Dan Cole, Mike Williams, Jan Cedinho, Danny Powell, John Quigley, Corey Boyce, Janico Francis, Mikey Dill, and Shai Smith. Bermuda's national mountain bike champion Robin Horsfield opened his race season in Ontario. Horsfield, who turned 18 in December, moved up into the men's category with a debut performance in the Ontario Senior Elite mountain bike category against the province's top professionals and world-ranked riders. Horsfield finished in 10th place, clocking a time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 48 seconds. Bermuda Cricket League season continued this past weekend, and once again we bring you the top performers both locally and internationally. The batting department was led by Arunde Bascom from the St. George's Cricket Club with a knock of 94. With a knock of 93 not out saw Alan Douglas Jr. representing St. David Cricket Club the second highest. In the bowling department, Dion Stubble representing Bermuda had the best figures of 8.5 overs, 4 for 33. Stubble also had the second best figures of 10 overs, 2 maidens, 4 for 38.
I'm Earl Basden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Thanks, Earl. That's our newscast for tonight. I'm Diane Brewer. Thanks for sharing your Tuesday evening with us, everyone. We appreciate you. Good night.